Is morality objective? Today I want to discuss a question that has occupied me for a long time. Is morality objective or subjective? Many people believe morality comes from God. Others believe morality is merely personal preference or social convention. Neither answer fully satisfies me. If morality is only opinion, then how can we say slavery was wrong before society condemned it? If an entire culture approved of genocide, would genocide suddenly become moral? That seems absurd. At the same time, even if God exists, I would still want to know why something is good or evil. So I've been searching for a foundation for morality that does not depend on popularity, culture, or authority. The foundation, conscious experience. My starting point is consciousness. Morality only becomes relevant when conscious beings are involved. Rocks do not suffer. Planets do not suffer. But conscious creatures experience pain, joy, fear, love, grief, achievement, and happiness. When I think about slavery, torture, rape, or genocide, what makes them wrong is not merely that a rule was broken. What makes them wrong is what they do to conscious beings. Likewise, freedom, friendship, love, autonomy, and flourishing seem genuinely valuable. My current view is that morality is fundamentally about the flourishing and suffering of conscious creatures. Why suffering matters. Consider a child who accidentally places their hand on a hot stove. The child immediately withdraws their hand. They do not consult a religion, a philosophy textbook, or society. The experience itself is averse. This is important because I do not think suffering is merely something we happen to dislike. The negative quality appears built directly into the experience itself. Some people will respond that evolution programmed us to avoid pain. I agree, but explaining why we recognize pain does not change what pain is. Evolution explains our eyes, but it does not make vision unreal. Likewise, evolution explains pain responses, but it does not make suffering any less real or any less bad for the being experiencing it. The slavery test. Let's test this framework. Was slavery wrong only after modern societies rejected it? I don't think so. Slavery causes suffering. It removes autonomy. It creates fear, coercion, exploitation, and domination. It treats one conscious being as a tool for another's benefit. If those things are bad today, then they were bad 1,000 years ago. The moral zeitgeist might change. But the suffering experienced by the slave does not become good because society approves of it. That is why I believe societies can be morally mistaken. Fuzzy boundaries do not equal subjectivity. One objection is that morality contains gray areas. For example, when does adulthood begin? 18, 19, 21? Reasonable people can disagree, but uncertainty at the boundaries does not imply subjectivity. Consider baldness. There may be no exact hair count where everyone agrees someone becomes bald. Yet we can still distinguish between a man with a full head of hair and a man with only a few hairs. Consider mountains. There may be borderline cases between hills and mountains, but Mount Everest is clearly a mountain. Or consider the largest whale. We may need clarification about whether we mean weight or length, but that does not mean a goldfish could be the largest whale. Likewise, even if we debate where adulthood begins, that does not make a marriage between a 50-year-old and a 6-year-old morally acceptable. Uncertainty at the edges does not erase certainty at the center. Conclusion. I do not claim to have solved moral philosophy, but I have become increasingly convinced that morality is not merely subjective. I think conscious beings can objectively flourish or suffer. I think suffering is genuinely bad for the being experiencing it. I think freedom, autonomy, friendship, love, meaning, and flourishing are genuinely valuable. My current conclusion is simple. Morality is about conscious beings. We should reduce suffering, promote flourishing, and respect individuals as ends in themselves rather than tools for other people's benefit. That is why slavery, torture, rape, and genocide remain wrong regardless of culture, popularity, or historical era.